welcome back to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily, the show where I, Rebecca, Crafting Journey, recap live trials. I know, I have to get my glasses adjusted. You know what I did? I slept on them, Michelle. They're like this, you know, so I've been trying to put them up like this so I know, I'm going to go get them adjusted before I start driving over to Denver. Okay, got my coffee. If you are new to the channel, when I do not cover a live trial, I do true crime. Today I have a true crime story for you. But on Fridays, there is an obligatory Friday dance that I do. So everybody out of your chairs, let's do the Friday dance. I'm going to ski. This is a skiing dance. Whoosh, whoosh, twerking. Whoosh, 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 twerking. Okay, that's it. Was that twerking? I have no idea. I think I threw out a hip. Okay. Now I gotta catch my breath. So that's my Friday dance. I don't put any music or song to it because I don't want to get a copyright notice, you know. Hello, that's our music. No, I don't want that. Okay, so Lori Vallow Daybell. That is a trial that is going on right now, and I am going to be covering that for you. Let me just tell you where they're at in jury selection. They started on Monday, yesterday, Thursday. They completed picking. Their goal was 42. I think they ended up with 45 jurors, potential jurors. And now, this morning, they will use their challenges. Each side gets 12 challenges. I don't know. Yeah, 12. I think it's 12. And what they will do is they go, you know, they one by one, back and forth, using your challenges until they get down to 18 jurors. And that will be 12 jurors and 6 alternates. Now, if you remember the Murdoch case, we had 12 jurors, 6 alternates. And at the end of the 6 weeks, we only had 12 jurors and 1 alternate. We lost 5 jurors during the 6 weeks. This case is supposed to be 8 weeks long. So we'll see how that's going to go. So it's expected that opening statements will be on Monday. I will be in the hotel Monday night. I have 2 different reporters that I'm watching, that one of them does purchase the audio from court each day, the East Idaho News. So I will listen to that. If it's not like 9 hours long, but if it is, right, you may have to wait a day or 2 for me to get to that content. But I will give you the synopsis of it. If it's not really lengthy, I may just cover it. You know, I may just put it out as a video for you. We'll see. Well, I say video. All we're going to get is an audio file. So, and that's not terribly exciting. But I'll let you know, because I'm curious about what the prosecution's theory of the case is. Because, I don't want to get into what I believe really happened in this case. I will once we start talking about opening statements. So, but today we're going to talk about a true crime story. We're going back to Florida, my favorite crime state. Like, if you need true crime, just go to Florida or Idaho, where, Lori Vallow Daybell is, where Dylan Roundtree is, where the murders, there's all kinds of stuff going on up in Idaho. Those Idaho student murders. Yeah, lots of crime up in Idaho. Yeah. Okay. So imagine this. We're going to start with a true crime story. Imagine this. I used to be an attorney. I'm sitting at my desk. I get there. I got my coffee. This is my second cup. My second cup. I'm responding to emails, because that's what you do when you first get there. You're responding to emails, drinking your coffee, having a bagel, responding to your emails, and you want to get done with it, but you're like, oh God, I really got to pee. I have got to pee. Yeah, but finally, you're in the middle of an email, and you're like, oh, I can't wait any longer, or I'm going to burst. So you stop. You're in the middle of this email. I got my music playing on my cell phone because, I have a little stand for my cell phone. And I've got Amazon Music on there. And I'm playing my music. And I'm responding to emails. But I got to pee. So I just get up and I go, because I'm like, Mom, I'm going to burst, because I held it for too long. Second cup of coffee. I get in the bathroom. So, and I've got a 10:30 hearing, so I don't want to miss this hearing. And, and it's about 10 minutes till 10 right now. And so I'm like, if I go now, I'll be good for the hearing. So I get up and I go to the bathroom. But I work in this law office that, it's a shared office building. And there's other businesses in this building. It's like when you go to a doctor's office and you walk in and you have to look at this one of those boards to see where your office is, where you're going. So, and then you want to check to see where the bathrooms are. So they have a communal bathroom. So I'm going to go to this communal bathroom. So 10:30 comes and goes, and this is what happened to Stephen Kazi. He's a lawyer. Gets up, goes to the bathroom at 9:50. He's got that 10:30 hearing. He's never seen again. Disappears. So he works at the Blanchard Law Firm, and this is in Largo, Florida. Largo, Florida is like a city within Pinellas County, and Pinellas County includes like St. Petersburg. It's like, and which is right next to Tampa. So it's on the west coast of Florida. Very different than the east coast of Florida, the type of people. But so that's where it is. So it's in Largo, Florida. He works there. He's got a hearing. He represents he's representing the Lawford Institute of Plastic Surgery. And he's got a hearing in that case. That's his client at 10:30. So Jake Blanchard calls the police when he's gone looking for Stephen Kazi, and he looks everywhere. He goes into the bathroom, and what he finds in the bathroom is he sees blood on the door, like somebody tried to wipe it. He finds blood on the stall bathroom door, blood on the toilet, bottom of the toilet, and blood on the floor in the bathroom stall. So he calls the police, and he tells them everything he knows. Like, he left to go to the bathroom. He was never seen again. We have not seen him. So the police go look at his desk. The email's open. He didn't finish the email. Music's playing on his cell phone. His wallet is there. His keys are there. They go in the parking lot. His car is there. So what they do is they check the video footage for that morning. Here's what they find on the video footage. Okay, I've got a whole timeline here, guys. So what they don't find is Stephen Kazi leaving the building. No. They find him entering the building. They see him on the video entering the building, but they do not see him leaving. And there is only one way in or out of this building. That's unsecured. I mean, there's other locked door, fire exits, things like that you wouldn't normally go out. But if you're entering and exiting this building, there's double doors at the front of this building. So they do not see Stephen Kazi on this video, but what they do see is at 8:32, there's a gray Toyota Tundra that pulls into the parking lot. And then at 8:34, an unknown white male gets out of this Tundra, walks into this office building. Now, if you saw him, you would think, God, when I heard the description of this guy, I'm thinking, wow, if I saw him that day, I would be wondering, what the heck is he doing in that office building? But I would just chalk it up to he's going to some other office than mine, because you wouldn't dress like that. You wouldn't be coming into my office. So here's what he was wearing. He was wearing gloves. He was carrying a large box and wearing a large backpack. So if I had seen somebody like that, I would be like, maybe he's going, who knows what he's doing in here, but he's probably not coming to my law office. So anyway, at 8:37 on the video, they see Stephen Kazi entering the building to come to work with his first cup of coffee. Then at 10:22, they see this white male. Now, they said he had the same build as the guy that went in at 8:34, but now this person is wearing a different set of clothing, like maybe he changed his outfit. But he's pulling behind him this large cart with something inside of it that appears to be either a red bag or a red blanket, and he's struggling with the weight of this cart. He pulls it over to the Tundra and he's trying to position it, towards the vehicle. But at 10:28, he takes a phone call. You see him on the video. He's on a phone call. Well, I'll wait till my clock stops. Sorry. So at 10, are you done? Okay. At 10:28, he takes the phone call. The hearing started at 10:30. Now, Stephen Kazi is not on the hearing, but guess who is on the hearing? A guy named Tomas K. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Tomas K. Tomas K. was born January 8th, 1979. He's 44 years old. Now, I don't know if he's married or not. I did not find that information. Apparently nobody else did either. So we don't know if he was married. Probably not, or it would be registered somewhere. But he is a plastic surgeon. He is known to be specialized in breast reconstruction, which is a noble thing to do. His net worth in 2023 was $1 million, so he's doing pretty well for himself. He graduated from the University of Mexico with his bachelor's degree and master's degree, and then he went to Dartmouth. And where's Dartmouth? New Hampshire, I think. I think it's in New Hampshire. So he goes to Dartmouth, and at the same time, he's going to medical school and business school at Dartmouth, and he graduates with an MBA from the School of Business at Dartmouth and an MD. Wow, that's a smart guy. That's a lot of education. Yeah. So then he does his residency at one of the Dartmouth hospitals, and he does 3 fellowships in plastic surgery. So he becomes a plastic surgeon, and he goes to work for Vallow Institute of Plastic Surgery. Now, he has a falling out with this institute in 2018, and he leaves. He accuses a woman that was employed there, who was in charge of the billing, for not submitting claims for his patients and then lying to the patients, which caused him to have negative reviews online. So this is he filed a lawsuit. This is 4 years ago. 2018, he leaves, he files a lawsuit. Here's what the lawsuit says. And I'm going to call him Dr. K because, that's because Kozowski is kind of long. Dr. K's promising young career has essentially been obliterated. Through no fault of his own, his career was put directly in jeopardy, and his reputation has been deeply tarnished. Yes. So that's all about Tomas Kozowski. Well, Tomas Kozowski owns a Toyota Tundra. Yeah. So when police are investigating, they see that Tomas Kozowski, who's the plaintiff in this lawsuit against his former employee, the Vallow Institute of Plastic Surgery, represented by Stephen Kazi, who's not there at the hearing, but Kozowski is at the hearing. So he's there on the hearing for 6 minutes. When he disconnects from the hearing, simultaneously with him disconnecting from the hearing, the white male, struggling with the cart with the red bag in it, begins to move again. Do you think maybe that's Dr. K? So the next thing they see him doing on the video is struggling to put this cart into the bed of his truck. But he gets it up there, and he gets in the truck, and he drives away. So he leaves at 11:05. He leaves the parking lot. So meanwhile, while they're looking at the videotape, the forensic, they call out the CSI, crime scene investigators. They come out, they come out, and they process the scene. Here's what they found in the bathroom. First of all, a very strong chemical odor in the bathroom, like bleach, probably. They found a large amount of blood that had been wiped up. They probably used the luminol, and you can shine it and see what's been wiped up on the bathroom floor. Then they find some white fibers, so they take some samples of those. They find the victim's vehicle in the parking lot. Stephen Causey's vehicle still there in the parking lot. And then they find a fingerprint from Dr. K. Left index finger. Is this your index? This is the index finger. Yeah. Located in the breaker room, which is an area of this office building that nobody really public doesn't go in there. And interestingly enough, a week before this incident on Tuesday, one of the employees remembers going into that breaker room. It's also a utility room. And when they walked in, a white male was hiding behind the bathroom door and had a mask on. And when he was seen and confronted, he said, he was there on some kind of business. He made some excuse and then he quickly left. And the employee thought that was kind of strange, but I don't think they reported it until Stephen Causey goes missing. So they find his left index fingerprint in there. So then police go to a Circle K and they pull video. And on this Circle K video, you can see a city bus near the vehicle, the Tundra vehicle. So they go to the city bus and they pull video off the city bus, and they're able to see the license plate of this Tundra vehicle. Now, interestingly enough, the Tundra is not registered, but it has like temporary tag on it. So they look up this vehicle and they find out that this vehicle was sold to Dr. K in October of 2022. He never registers it, but the person that sold it to him had registered the sale. The bus video was at 11:24 a.m. Now we're still on Tuesday, 11:24 a.m. Then at 11:51 a.m. in Dr. K's neighborhood, there is one of these flock video cameras. Now, here's a picture of a flock video camera. I had to look it up because I'm like, what the heck is that? So it's what is it called? An automated license plate reader. So apparently now, HOAs, this is like the latest thing, HOAs, for a long time they're like, let's put up a gate. Well, now we don't want a gate. So now they put up these automated license plate readers, and they don't continually run footage. They're motion detectors, motion activated. That's the word. They're motion activated. So they only catch vehicles as they pass by. So when the vehicle passes by, it catches the license plate, but it also captures the vehicle. So there's things that are identifiable that you can see on the vehicle. So at 11:51, they find Dr. K's Toyota Tundra on this video reader, this license plate reader. And they see in the trunk or the bed of his vehicle is the cart with a red bag or red blanket over it. And the silhouette looks like there's a body in it. At 11:58, the Tundra pulls up to Dr. K's residence. Now we know this because they pulled a video from one of the neighbors. Neighbors got video, Ring camera probably, and they see Dr. K coming and going. So at 4:58, they see Dr. K leaving in his Toyota Corolla. And at that same day, that same vehicle hits a tag reader down in Miami. So he leaves, and that's about from his residence to Miami, I'm going to say 3.5, 4 hours. So he leaves, he goes down to Miami. They don't know when he comes back, but they get a search warrant for his home on the 23rd. And when they search his home, Dr. K's home, they find the Toyota Tundra in the garage, and inside the Toyota Tundra, there was blood on the driver's seat headrest, on the driver's floorboard, in the truck bed, and on the garage floor. On March 25th, Dr. K is stopped in Tarpon Springs, Florida, by a police officer, and a search warrant is executed of his vehicle. And here's what they found. It's a long list. Bear with me. Ballistic vests. They opened the trunk of the vehicle. There was a ballistic, bulletproof vest in the trunk of his car that had a large amount of blood on it. They found red fibers and white fibers during this search. They also found in the passenger side floorboard a bag that contained mask, a taser, brass knuckles, duct tape, IV sedatives, succinylcholine, and syringes. Succinylcholine is an anesthetic agent. It paralyzes you. Like, it's what they use to intubate you, and it's quick acting. They inject it into the IV. You're paralyzed for temporarily. They can put the tube down. Once it's down and they're breathing for you, the succinylcholine wears off. But it's a paralyzing agent, and he's got this in a bag with him. Also in the vehicle, they find a pocket knife, laptop, iPad, iPhone, 2 sets of gloves, a surgical mask, license plate, concealment controller, which apparently he was not using, guns, a hairnet, sponges, and last but not least, $282,120 in cash. What the heck was he doing with all this money? So he's arrested. And that's on Saturday, March 25th. So what's that, 2 weeks ago? A couple weeks ago, yeah. Or last week? No, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So the partners, Jake Blanchard tells the police that, back in January, on January 26th, there was a deposition in this case that Dr. K is involved with Stephen Causey, representing his former plastic surgery office. Apparently, during that deposition, it became quite contentious, and when it was over, Dr. K confronted Stephen Causey in the bathroom, and then Stephen Causey just left. But that's kind of scary. As a lawyer, for you to be confronted by a defendant like that, that's so inappropriate. Really inappropriate. So the police felt, based on their probable cause affidavit and everything that I have mentioned today, that they had enough evidence to support that Stephen Causey probably is not alive. His body has not been found. It's probably in Miami somewhere. In order to go from Largo, Florida to Miami, you have to go through Alligator Alley. Yes. Or an alternate route where there's also alligators. I'm just saying. Swamp. So that may be where the body is. If it is, they may never find it. So he is being presumed dead. So Dr. K has been charged with first-degree murder. Now, Stephen Causey's husband posted on Facebook, and here's what he had to say. I'll read it to you. My husband and best friend was stolen from us. Stephen Causey was the kindest, funniest, and most brilliant man I ever met. I knew he was the one from the day of our first date. I only ever wanted to protect him and to make him happy. I know I will see him again one day. And then later on Facebook, he wrote, "We are going to get justice." Very, very sad case. Very sad case. And yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the content for today. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I will see you on the ski slopes. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Bye.